Godspeed to the city streets. We began to
In the glittering world of K-pop, not everything that shines is gold. And sometimes, the worst doesn't come from the outside, but from the inside. A shocking beginning. No one would have thought that behind the sweet smiles and friendly waves that Taehyung, V, and Jungkook always give to ARMY, there is a long-held inner turmoil. A video that was recently leaked to the public immediately shocked the South Korean entertainment world. In the video clip, the two BTS members are seen talking emotionally about a truth that has been covered up by their own agency, HYBE. Yes, you heard it right. The agency that has been touted as the home that raised BTS is actually suspected of keeping a big secret that is now starting to be revealed one by one. The question now is, have Taehyung and Jungkook really been lied to all this time? And if so, what are they really hiding? Cracks behind. Perfection. BTS is indeed known as a solid, professional group that always shows their best side to the public. However, according to an anonymous inside source, some members are starting to feel that there is a gap between what they think is happening and the reality. The small cracks appear not in the form of quarrels between members, but rather the lack of clarity and openness from HYBE management regarding several important decisions, including individual projects, profit sharing, and future plans after military service. In a private discussion that was recorded, Taehyung appeared frustrated and said that he felt like just a product that was sold without being given room to choose. Jungkook, who is known as the energetic Maknae, also seemed silent for a long time before finally saying, "We are stars," but it feels like puppets being moved by strings. Is HYBE hiding something? Speculation has begun to emerge. Many suspect that HYBE may have withheld important information from the members, especially regarding continued contracts, the use of the BTS name in non-group projects, and the potential for solo careers that may not be entirely in the hands of the artists themselves. One of the most shocking allegations is that some of BTS members' solo projects are actually restricted or directed according to the company's interests, rather than the artist's personal desires. Fans are starting to ask, are the decisions we see on screen really the members' choices? Or are they just the result of behind-the-scenes manipulation? Taehyung and Jungkook, symbols of a quietly growing resistance. Now, the public is starting to see a different perspective on some of Taehyung and Jungkook's actions in recent years. Like their sudden decision to limit their public activities, or Taehyung's vague comments on a live broadcast about wanting to have full control over his own music. Is this a sign of a quiet resistance to a system that is already too restrictive? HYBE hasn't speak out, but the world has judged. As of this writing, HYBE has yet to make an official statement. However, the voices of fans and industry observers are starting to echo. Hashtags like "Protect Taehyung," "You breached justice for Jungkook" have even become global trending. The public is demanding transparency. They want to know, is it true that HYBE, a company built on the dreams of young people, has now become a machine that plays with those dreams themselves? Next chapter, behind the lights of the stage. There is a shadow of darkness. After a video leak that shook the foundation of trust between BTS and HYBE, armies around the world are now at a crossroads. Should they continue to support the company that has been their idol's home, or is it time to stand with the members who may have been silent for fear? 1. Traces that have been ignored. If we look deeper, this is not the first time that signs of disharmony have emerged. Several astute fans noted that Taehyung had suddenly deleted posts on community platforms several times, even saying that he felt out of control. Jungkook, in several interviews, answered questions with ambiguous sentences such as, "I have a lot to say, but it's not the time yet." Now, the statements are like puzzle pieces that are starting to fit together. Have they been trying to say something for a long time, but never really been heard? Second, questionable contracts. Another issue that has started to emerge is the contents of the members' contracts. In 2019, BTS was known to have extended their contracts with HYBE, formerly Big Hit, until 2027. At the time, everything seemed so happy. But now, some industry experts are starting to question what exactly is in those contracts. Some analysts suspect that the members may have signed the contracts under conditions where and information is not fully provided transparently. Do they know to what extent their creative rights will be limited? Are there hidden clauses that prevent them from freely determining solo projects or collaborating outside the HYBE system? If true, then it's not just a lie. It could be a betrayal of the artist's rights. 3. Independence that was never given. During the group's hiatus due to military service, each BTS member began releasing solo works. Initially, the public welcomed it warmly. They were finally able to show their individual colors. But there was something odd. Some projects felt less personal than expected. The release schedule was too fast, the concepts were similar to each other, and the uneven promotions raised a big question. Was this really an independent project for the members, or just a company strategy to maintain revenue flow? Taehyung, in an overseas interview, once said, "I want to explore my own music, but sometimes I have to adjust to the plans that have been made." The statement that was considered normal at the time now sounds like a soft scream that was ignored. 4th, ARMY reacts, the rise of awareness. As the world's largest and most loyal fandom, ARMY is known as a force that cannot be underestimated. But now, their love for BTS is facing a tough test. More and more fans are waking up. Perhaps they've been too focused on blindly supporting the system, without realizing that their idols may be trapped in it. Discussion forums are exploding with the topic. Many are calling for a transparency audit of HYBE's policies. Some are even proposing the creation of an independent community to oversee the agency's treatment of its artists. And behind it all, one voice is beginning to echo loudly. We believe in the members, not the system. 5. Where will BTS go? The question now is not just about betrayal, it's also about BTS's future. Will Taehyung and Jungkook, along with the rest of the members, start considering forming their own agency after their contracts expire? Or will they fight for reform from within? And will HYBE be willing to open up more honest communication, or will they choose to silence it under the pretext of company confidentiality? Time will tell. It's not about who started it, but who dared to speak the truth. But amidst this storm, one thing has become crystal clear. Taehyung and Jungkook are no longer just idols who appear perfect on screen. They are human beings, artists, and individuals who deserve to be heard, respected, and appreciated. Their courage, whether intentional or not, in expressing their disappointment and discomfort is a reflection of a reality that has been too often swept under the rug in the Korean entertainment industry. They are not only fighting for themselves, but perhaps also for the next generation of artists who do not want to live under the shadow of the system's manipulation. Now, the eyes of the world are on HYBE. Will they respond with transparency and improvement, or will they take the old path of silence, and covering up the cracks with the sheen of fame? Whatever happens next, one thing is for sure. Broken trust cannot be polished away with big promotions. And for ARMY, their faith in BTS will never waver, because their love is not for a corporate logo, but for the members who have fought with their hearts, souls, and honesty. To be continued. Temporary conclusion. Will the real truth ever be revealed? This may be the beginning of a new chapter in K-pop, where artists are no longer just the face of a brand, but also a voice demanding their rights. Taehyung and Jungkook now stand not just as stars, but as symbols of freedom of expression and the fight against an unfair system. Will this betrayal be proven right? Or is it all just a big misunderstanding blown out of proportion? One thing is for sure, the world is watching, and this story is not over yet. Don't just believe what you see on stage, because behind the spotlight, there may be a shadow that is darker than you imagine.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild.